This is David. His face says it all. He is in the zone. Or using a fancy psychology term, he is in a state called the flow. And there's a good reason for that. Planted aquarium trimming. For him to be standing in front of this tank, fully immersed in a great feeling of energized focus, David had to carefully prepare ahead. See? Good stuff doesn't come easy. But earning such experiences is what makes them outstanding. David uses a technique called topping when trimming these stems. This method helps to cover the raw look of the freshly cut edges, so you have a more naturalistic end result right after the maintenance session. Also, it makes your background curtain bushier. Winter is when we need to give nature time and space to rest, recharge, and prepare for the return of spring. However, even in winter, you could find color in nature. Evergreens. This is what we as humans need. Evergreens. That tiny color, little light, small joy, even in the darkest times. Cliché, I know, but David found that joy for today. He found it in trimming this stem plant heaven. This is the tiny color, the little light, and the small joy for an aquarist. This is an evergreen, literally and metaphorically. This 240 liters color blast in our gallery was in good need of some trimming. The setup is only 2 months old, but already has an incredibly vivid impact on its spectators. Its charm mainly comes from the diverse and heavy planting, executed by two of the most experienced aquascapers in green aqua, Victor and Balázs. They were obviously aware that the fast-growing moss and stems will quickly take over the focus from the wood and rocks. Yet a good hobbyist knows that even the most plant-heavy layouts need well-built and good-looking hardscape for the final look to thrive. This V-shaped foundation is a perfect match with the stem plant jungle in the background. 108 pots of plants were originally planted in the scape. Almost half of these, 43, were stem plants. Mosses are a bit more difficult to work with, since they don't float up to the surface after cutting them. So, either you have a suction hose or a fishnet that catches the detached parts, or, if you have no one around to help, you'll need to do a thorough substrate cleaning afterwards. Ultimately, David's goal here is to give these green beauties a more spherical shaped haircut. It takes time and practice to master the use of these aquatic scissors. But like everything, after a while it comes automatically from muscle memory. Keep in mind that this video only covers the trimming of this underwater garden, not the overall maintenance of it. Cleaning the remainings of the moss trimming also does a water change. So now, as a final phase of this session, David has to remineralize the water. The ending images of this video were shot 4 days after the trimming. Enjoy!